Hey everybody, Mike here. So this power station's been something that's been on my bucket list of things I wanted to get for quite some time now. And I was fortunate enough to have ALLPOWERS reach out to me, and they agreed to actually send this unit to me to try out and test. In exchange, I'm gonna go over this thing with you real quick. I'm gonna tell you my experience with it after using it for the first couple times here. Then maybe we can help you make a decision as to whether this unit might be the right one for you or not. So let me go and dive into this thing on the specs here real fast. And now I kind of want to run you through a few scenarios and show you what this thing actually does when you start plugging things into it. So first off, this is a 600 watt power station. It does use a lithium ion battery. The battery is good for up to around 3,500 charges, so this thing should last you quite some time. Now you can get this power station in 3 different configurations. You can purchase it just the unit itself like you see here in front of me. You can grab it with a solar panel that's right here behind me, which we're going to go over that here in just a second as well. Now that's a 100 watt solar panel. It's the SP027. When you look at it in the different variations, you'll want to look for the one that says SP027. They also have an SP033 as well, and that's a 200 watt panel. So you can kind of take your pick as to what you think might be right for you and your application. We'll finish going over the solar panel here in just a minute. I had the opportunity to actually use this thing in a few different scenarios over the last couple days. We run and operate a farm here as well, and part of that is we go to different farmers markets, and I've got a couple freezers that I actually take with me when I run to those markets, and we've always had power available to us. Something I've always been concerned with is if the power wasn't available that day, what I would do. This is going to solve that problem for me. Not to mention we do several different camping trips throughout the year as well. I've had several different solutions that I've tried taking with me over the years to be able to charge devices, cameras, and phones while we're out on those trips. And we do a lot of tent camping. We don't own a camper. That's the other situation we have to overcome as well. Something like this is going to be extremely handy because I'll be able to keep all of my devices charged even if I don't have access to power. A solar panel actually does a pretty good job of keeping up, and I'll show you that here in a little bit as well. So let's go and dive into this unit here real fast. So on the front side of the display here, and I'm going to turn this where I can kind of see it as well. When you turn this thing on, you're going to have your power button right here. Your display is going to illuminate. Once it starts up, it's going to show you that you have an input wattage, you have an output wattage, and then it kind of shows you about how many days remain on the battery life. And that's going to change based on what input and output you have on this unit. It's also going to show you 100% battery life right now, and then that'll drop down based on how much life's actually left in the battery as you continue to run it. Now the battery capacity itself is a 299 watt hour battery, and to give you an idea of what you might be able to run on this thing, if you've got one of those little portable fridges that runs on like 12 volt and or 110 volt, you're looking around a 40 to 60 watt pole on something like that. That's going to be something that's considered a little bit larger consumption on the battery for this thing. You're looking at about 5 to 6.5 hours worth of time that you're going to get out of the battery if you're not running the solar panel. Now if you're running something that's like, let's say higher, like a toaster, a 600 watt toaster for example, which is right at the max rating of what this thing's able to do, you should be able to get somewhere around 40 times that you can run toast through that thing before you've depleted the battery on this. Now looking at something a little bit smaller, like maybe like a phone or a tablet, something of that nature, that's going to be somewhere in that 600 milliamp hour capacity range. So you're looking at being able to charge a tablet or maybe a phone around 8 to 10 times. And then to kind of really give you a good range of what this thing might do, if you're putting this thing on like a 400 watt juicer, you're going to get somewhere around 30 minutes of time out of this. So that kind of gives you a good range of different devices and how many watts they pull and what you can expect out of the battery life on this unit itself. Now when it comes to actually operating the unit, there's actually 4 different USB ports. You got your 2 110 ports, a 12 volt adapter, as well as a wireless charger on the top of this thing if your phone or other device is capable of doing so. So basically you've got 8 different ways that you could charge something all at once on this unit. Now, once you get this thing turned on, you do have 2 different power buttons down here on the bottom, and that's going to turn on the different outlets. So if I hit the left one here, it's going to turn on your 110 outlets and your 12 volt. Hit your right one, that's going to turn on your USBs here as well. And then you'll see the icons on the display light up, indicating that those have been turned on, as well as a little indicator light down here on the bottom on the switches as well. I want to go ahead and give you an idea what this thing looks like when it's running. So let's go ahead and dive into that next. So I've got a couple things here. I figured I'd go ahead and charge, and I'll show you the difference in what the screen looks like when I plug these in. I've got one of my phones here. I'm going to go ahead and plug that dude in to the USB here. You'll see that the display changes once I get this plugged in. So my phone's now charging. I'll let this stabilize a little bit. Looks like we're running about 15 watts on the output side for this phone to charge. Now, something else that's going to be a little bigger. Let's see what it does when I put a drill battery on here. I have no clue what this does. I haven't tried this yet. But let me go ahead and turn that, make sure that dude's on. I'll plug this in here like so. Let's go ahead and throw our battery on here. Battery's on and charging. So with the phone, we're looking at around 105 watts. I'm going to unplug this phone real quick. We'll see what that drops down to, see what just the drill battery is to charge. So you're looking around 90 watts. It should probably be somewhere around that 3-hour range on the battery capacity before this thing will be considered depleted and you need to recharge it again. And speaking of recharging, the nice thing about this is if you've got this plugged in to just a standard wall cord, you can recharge this whole battery back up to 100% in about an hour or so. That's pretty incredible, honestly. So if you're running this thing, charging phones and all that, and you need to quickly charge the battery so you can do another round of charging later, you could throw this thing on power if you've got the access to it, charge this up, and take this thing back to where you need it to be, depending on the situation. So the next thing I want to go ahead and show you real quick is where you're going to actually do the charging on this thing. So on the side here, you've got this little access door. You'll flip that up. You'll see that you've got 3 different things here to look at. One of them is going to be the way you're going to charge this on your AC power cord. Right here is going to be your circuit breaker, so that's your AC overload protection. And then the next spot here is going to be your solar charger. That's where you're actually going to plug in your solar panel and to be able to charge this unit while you're using it. And then the last feature on this thing that I hadn't shown you yet is the flashlight. So if you hit this button right here on the front, you'll see you got a little light here on the front of this thing. And then you can have a second brightness. You've got a strobe feature, and then it turns it off again. Super handy to have something like that on there. You wouldn't think that you necessarily need it, but if you got this thing sitting on like a picnic table at your campground and you're just fumbling around trying to find the port to be able to plug something in while it's sitting there and you don't have a flashlight handy, that would absolutely be kind of handy in that situation. Let's go ahead and set this thing aside now real quick. I want to go ahead and show you the solar panel, and we can kind of go over that real fast. Obviously, I'm sitting in a shop right now, so there's not a lot I can do to show you how this thing works. I did take some footage while I was at my farmer's market today, and I ended up using this. I thought I'd show how this unit operated and ran while I was there. Now, like I said, I've got a couple portable freezers. Today, I only took one of those freezers with me. So plugging that into the power station when I first got there, the freezer was already down to temp, so I didn't have to work real hard at getting it back to operational temp. What I did think was really cool was I ran it for about 2 hours without the solar panel first, and what I noticed on that right away was it knocked it down to about 80% within that 2 hour period. From there, I went ahead and plugged in my solar panel. And by doing so, for the last 3 hours of the market or so, it never actually dropped another percent on the battery life. In fact, it actually went up a couple percent by the end of the market. So the 100-watt solar panel did a really good job of keeping up my portable freezer. And in fact, it started charging the battery in addition to. I was also while charging my wife's phone at the same time. So it didn't have just the freezer on there as well. Now, what's nice about this little panel is it's kind of built and designed in a way that it's going to carry like a suitcase. On the back side here, you got this panel, and that's going to house all your cables. Now, this 100-watt comes with basically 2 different solar panels. If you get the 200-watt version, it's going to have 4 panels, so keep that in mind. But when you open this panel here, you'll see that you've got these cables here, which come out of the panels. These are fixed in here and they never come out. So the next thing you look at here is you've got several different cable options. Now you've got little pieces like here, which are basically adapters, which you can plug into this cable here. So this would be like if you had something else that you're wanting to power off this solar panel, let's say like a laptop or something of that nature. If you've got the correct adapter, in theory, you could go ahead and actually charge your device or appliance with the cable and the solar panel without even needing the power station, is my understanding. So that's not something that's super handy for me, but it is an option on the panel if you have a need for that. So this is going to be the cable that we're going to find ourselves using the most. What's nice about that is this is basically just an extension cable. So basically you're going to be able to plug this in. The polarity specific, so you can only plug them in one way. You plug that one into that side, you plug this one in here. That gives you enough length that you can reach down to your power station and plug that dude in. We're going to throw all this back in the bag here, and I'll show you what this thing looks like set up. Now what's cool about this panel is you've also got on each side here, these little spots here that Velcro. And that's going to double as your kickstand. So let me go ahead and get this thing opened up, and we'll back up a little bit. So this is your solar panel here. And then as I mentioned, you've got these kickstands on the back. So I'll turn it like this so you can see it. So you can see the kickstands like so. That's going to let you angle that towards the sun, wherever that is. And what was really nice about that for me today, when I was at the market, I had my power station on the ground. The cable's long enough to reach up to my toolbox on the back of my truck. And I was able to lean this kind of against the back of the cab of the truck and on the toolbox and hit the sun just perfectly. And it worked out really great. What I thought was really cool about this is the fact when you're done with this, you simply just strap it up, carry handle, and that's all there is to it. Super flat and compact, not a lot to it. It's gonna be super easy to store. And then this unit here obviously doesn't take up a ton of space. So I really don't see how you can go wrong with this thing. This is gonna drastically help me in my endeavors, running around markets, not having to worry about powering them, because I've always had a couple extension cords on me. I've always been worried about how far an outlet's gonna be away. So something like that, if you're a crafter, if you run farmers markets like I do, and you're always worried about power, this is gonna absolutely be an excellent option for you. The biggest suggestion I've got for you on something like this is make sure you do a little bit of research and find out if this is the right size for you. This is kind of a good middle to low middle range unit. These power stations go up as high as being able to power your whole house. So just kind of keep that in mind. They can get pretty crazy when it comes to the capacity on these things. But this is a great all-around unit that you're gonna be able to carry with you. Super portable, it's lightweight, and it's gonna really do a lot for you. And hopefully this was enough information for you guys today to make a decision as to whether this unit might be right for you or not. But hey, that's all I've got for you on this one. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch, and we will catch you guys on the next one.